Put your right foot in front of your left foot and walk with me to the city of Shy, where them soldiers be. All them brothers love to let it ride, but you forgot about the motherfucking Latin side. Yeah, now we gon' start with the SDs, throwing up the pitchforks, up the hands on the text G, and you gotta represent G. And if a nigga disrespect folks, gotta leave him wet, G. And we pack them on 2 clips. You got Southside and bros beefing with them 2-6. They pullin' rolls, nigga, rocks and blow. You might lose your life when you fuck with them souls, nigga. Cause ain't no motherfucking love, Joe. Beside them brothers in the shop, my Latino niggas thugs, Joe. And that's a motherfucking real shit. Bishops and popes and Latin cops keep it real, bitch. Like it Cortez, chuckers and shags. Mexicans on the south side for bodies and bags. Ramming niggas in suburbans, then they strap with a mag. So don't claim what you ain't, cause niggas die when they false flag. My Latinos getting cash food. Bitches even gang bang strapped up, full of tattoos. So if you blow, throw the sign in the sky. Letting people, letting folks, we get buck in the shot, nigga. My Latinos from the south side, strapped up with the big guns, quick to knock them out, right? In the streets is no peace, catch one in the head, I'm even dead with the heat. Nigga walk with me, a humble park, that's the west side. Spanish coders, melodies, Latin kings, that's the death side. This is the city where the soldiers be, so put your right foot in front of your left foot and walk with me. Central Park got them YLOCs, young and crazy sides, they beefing with them AIGs. Latin equals MKs and them YLODs, selling rocks on the block, nigga get your cheese. We're the wrong color, and you be leaking from your dome. Puerto Rican stones, mobbing in the Chevy Broms. Spanish thugs, for the bangs track with the chrome. Many else with T-Dub, represent the zone. We hit the deck and we get respect. You could break it to the right or you could break it to the left. I'll take a nigga life or I can take a nigga breath. Hit him in the neck or you can take one in the chest, yeah. Cause in my city, the motherfuckers don't play. Darwin City got them insane old ways. Rock some weed, niggas getting money both ways. Shaking hoes like OJ, killing like the old days. Spanish laws and them drivers got them big guns. I'm all about the murder, nigga, call me 9-1. And I'ma rep it till I die, nigga. Throw your mob in the sky if you represent the shy, nigga. And ain't no motherfucking pity, ho. There's more than vice stores and GDs in my fucking city, Joe. Cause this the home of the pimps and thugs. We got our own gang culture, ain't no pimps or bloods, nigga. My Latinos from the south side, strapped up with the big guns, quick to knock them out, right? In the streets is no peace, catch one in the head, I'm even dead with the heat. Nigga walk with me, I'm humble park, that's the west side. Spanish coaches, MLBs, Latin kings, that's the left side. Cause it's the city where the soldiers be, so put your right foot in front of your left foot and walk. All my killers on the vision, steady tucking prison. Car full of gang members and we on the mission. Catch the opposition slipping, then they come a missing. You fucking fool attending trip, you motherfuckers must be tripping, nigga. And all the riders up in Bucktown, bust rounds. So if you ain't strapped up, better duck down. And fucking 6 shot, them killers got texts. The male K's on diversity in the projects. They said it all fucking talking, nigga. Local squares full of riders, catch you slipping on Milwaukee, nigga. And it's a done deal, you better duck fast. On Belmont, soldiers quick to let the pump blast. And all my tears know them killers keep a gun stash. Getting chasing North Ave, you better run fast. Them hustlers got bolos, cause they flipping nose. You better watch it for them killers up on Cicero. A lot of niggas wanna blast me, so I stay strapped up like them killers on Pulaski. And I ain't never been a buster, so I pop off quick like them riders on Augusta. And like my track, you better get low, get low. The ballers on Kimbo, get dough. Me, I'ma rep it till I die, nigga. I'm the voice for the Latin soldiers thugging in the shy, nigga. We smoke control, getting high, nigga. Some represent the 6-point star, others rep the 5, nigga. And ain't no stopping when I ride, nigga. It's do or die, nigga. So come and walk by my side, nigga. My Latinos from the south side, strapped up with the big guns, quick to knock them out, right? In the streets is no peace, catch one in the head, I'm even dead with the heat. Nigga walk with me, a humble park, that's the west side. Spanish coaches, MLBs, Latin kings, that's the left side. It's the city where the soldiers be, so put your right foot in front of your left foot and walk with me. Yeah, I do this for us, man. No disrespect to any other mobs out there, but it seems like niggas forgot about us, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this gang culture, us Latinos put it down for the shot, man. You come through our hood, you either gonna get popped or catch a brick through your window or ram, man. You know what's up.
It's the Geek Getaway with our very special guest, Tommy Tallarico. Yay! Hey, get out of my way.
What is up, meatbags? It is the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, joined here by the one and only Carl, the Amico Nader. What's up, Carl?
Not much. How's everyone going? And you as well.
Well, I'm doing good. Did you enjoy the pre-show music, Carl?
Yeah, but it made me realize I'm white as hell.
I figured, we had some pre-music last week. I figured I'd do a little bit this week. So it's been a while, Carl. It's been a while since you've been here on the main.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get this intro.
It's going to be a blast, folks.
So what have you been up to, Carl? What has Carl been keeping himself busy with?
Oh, just this and that. Nothing really that important.
I see you got a new YouTube channel. What is it? 80s?
Totally 80s. It's just 80s stuff. I'm figuring how to transition from film to music or games, and I don't really know what I want to do, but I'm just going to take my time.
Nothing special planned, nothing big.
No, I got a few more pickups to get before I proceed any further.
You're not gonna tell us. You're not gonna give us any preview of what you're gonna pick up or anything like that.
I'll tell you what I'm picking up. Sure, I need to pick up Uncle Buck, Spaceballs, Rock and Roll. And I think that'll be it for the moment.
Spaceballs, great movie, love it. I haven't seen Rock and Roll, but I've heard
Rock and Roll. I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again. It really does remind me of the whole Amico thing. An evil musician who wants to rule the world and summon the demons of hell and gets thwarted by a group of nobodies.
Yeah, that's us in a nutshell. What was the other word you said you had to pick up?
Huh?
What was the other one you said?
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. That's a great fucking movie, Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Love. You got to have at least 2 John Candy movies on an 80s channel.
Wait, what's your favorite John Candy movie?
That's a tough one. Probably Uncle Buck.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm partial to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles myself.
I don't think I've ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's probably why.
How could you have not? This is one of the greatest films of all time. Not just a comedy, but it has heart, soul. It is.
Well, it just was not. I don't think I've ever seen it at the rental store when I was a kid. That's all.
You gotta, Carl. It's me and you. I am. You are the John Candy character in the movie, and I am the Steve Martin character.
I'll pick it up.
Trust me, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is them." My Blue Heaven.
Okay, sure.
That's a good movie. Sweet and Tender Hooligan says, "Planes, Trains, and Automobiles." He cried at the end. Yeah, it is a sad movie, very touching story. John Candy's best. Great Outdoors is good too, though. I do love Great Outdoors. Have you seen that one, Carl?
Which one is it?
The Great Outdoors, John Candy.
Oh, great! That's an 80s movie.
Maybe. I think maybe. Let me look it up. Great.
It is a good movie.
1988. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's up there though. I mean, John Candy. I'll tell you another one. I'll tell you my favorite. Summer Rental. I think it's 80s.
1985 Summer Rental. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite John Candy movie. You have this rich guy who's trying to take John Candy's vacation away from him, and John Candy and a group of nobodies kick his ass. Boy, there's another Amico film.
I mean, he's been in so many good movies. I didn't realize he was actually in heavy metal.
He's in heavy metal. I've seen that movie before.
Yeah, he plays 4 roles in the movie.
Oh, it's that is a good movie. The only reason I don't plan to cover franchise movies at one point or another, but I mean, just you got to look for collections and all that other stuff, and that's why I really haven't. I've been kind of lazy picking them up. So,
Look, he's been in so many great movies. We could almost just do an entire stream talking about
yeah, we could.
John
We got
Kennedy.
other stuff to talk about, though.
What we do. How was your week, Carl? Let's get to that.
It's pretty good.
Nothing special going on?
We got the air conditioner fixed after 2 freaking years.
Ooh, that must be nice.
Oh man, the every time we've had horrible luck with AC repairer guys. Yeah, it's just they all want to sell you something, not do their damn jobs.
I could not live without air conditioning, Carl.
In Chicago, I bet.
It gets so hot and humid. I think the humidity is worse than the heat. But how has my week been, Carl? I know you.
Yeah, how's your week been? Tell us how your week has been.
Oh man, it has been another fantastic week. I've been involved in a lot of controversy, as always.
Boy, I think it's your traveling part. I think it's your what's the expression? Whatever the expression is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the expression you're going for, but
it's your traveling companion.
It's the people that I've been rolling with, I guess, because we got the whole Rippaverse thing. I still got people bitching and moaning about that. Why am I covering it? Why am I covering it negatively? Why can't I be happy? Yada, yada, yada. I had some other things going on, with the Snyderverse people. They got upset because I said some things and they didn't like it. And they got some other people, Geeks and Gamers people. They got a little bit upset because I said some things they didn't like. It's just my personality, I guess. I'm just ingratiating.
Well, it's not like you portrayed them as 2-ton whales with breathing problems or anything.
This is true. But like I said, I have opinions, I have thoughts, I express them, I don't hold back. Lately, especially because I kind of just don't give a fuck no more, right? I'm like, hey, let's just go balls to the wall, right? Let's stop holding back. Let's stop pussyfooting around, and let's just go ahead and call it like it is. Stop all the madness. Of course, I've had a friend, not a friend, but that's the word I'm looking for.
An associate,
fellow content creators. Darius.
Associate is the word you'd be looking for.
No, it's not, because I'm not an associate of Darius's.
Oh, well, that's true.
Just a fellow content creator, Darius Truxton. He'd been coming to the channel, leaving comments, nitpicking at things, and just overall being a nuisance.
Yeah, I saw one comment, and I was wondering if you two were just joking with each other.
I never joke. I'm always serious 24/7.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I was just curious is all.
Apparently, some people took exception to the Amico footage video because it's not running on Amico. Like, no shit. That was the whole point of the video. Sweet and tender hooligan drama alert. Everything's drama. I did get half of my money back from a GoFundMe.
That's cool.
It was supposed to be set up for an individual to hire a lawyer to fight a lawsuit. Instead, the money was given to the individual, and he didn't actually hire a lawyer. No one knows what he's done with the money.
That rack thing.
Yeah. And so the person who set up the GoFundMe, that person doesn't have the money, right? But they were kind enough to say, well, I set it up. It's my fault. I will refund people the money as I get it. So far, I've received half of my $335.
That's cool.
So, shit happens. Hopefully I get the rest of it. I'm supposed to get another payment in August, next Friday. So hopefully
Or
I'll
you'll
be
make
squared
them an
away with it.
offer. Yeah. You'll
I
make
mean,
them an offer they can't refuse.
I did. I was very, very upset that they took my money. But it is what it is. I got an interview scheduled with a independent comic book creator for
Cool.
next. So look for that on the channel. It was the individual whose comic I reviewed, the guy who made Holt.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do more things. Like I've fallen into a bad pattern of just being distracted by all of you guys. I love each and every one of you. I love the 660 plus people that are subscribed to the channel. I love my friends that I hang out with. But you guys are a big distraction, right? Because I want to participate, right? I want to be a part of the streams. I want to talk to you guys. I want to jump in. Like last night, I jumped on Time of Amico stream. What's up, Retro Bro? I want to be in people's comments. I want to watch videos. I want to be involved. I don't want to just create content and then have you guys watch it and be the asshole that doesn't participate with anybody, right? Like I'm not better than anybody, right? But it's also it's a hindrance to me making more content and doing the things I need to do. So I think I'm going to step back a bit. I know I've been on Mad Max's channel quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. I think I'm going to limit that. I've been on Vito's stream. I think I'm going to limit that to like maybe once a month. Like I said, maybe Mad Max I'll do maybe once a week. I'll pop in over on his streams. But I really need to take this time to do more content here. So I know I'm working on another Is It That Bad video. That's taking a little bit longer than I thought it was because the game is just longer. I want to give the game a fair shot, play enough of it that I can make a proper evaluation on the game. So I think going forward, Is It That Bad's are going to be once a month, first Sunday of every month.
I hate to interrupt, but can you check your volume?
Should be fine. Why, is someone complaining about my volume?
I can barely hear you.
Damn it, Carl. My audio says it's good. Does it sound better now?
Might be my phone. I don't know.
Yeah, they said that they can hear me great.
Okay.
It might be you, Carl.
Yeah. I'll listen as we go.
Carl, clean your ears. I did just put it so that it's a now. What the hell does it say? Where it automatically adjusts the volume. So if I'm a little low now, it's because Carl, and so let me know. But where was I? Oh yes, once a month. Is It That Bad? First Sunday of the month. I'm going to be working on the other project, which is going to be probably the second or third Sunday of every month. Is going to be a video. I'm going to try to play every wrestling video game there is, and then rank them accordingly, right? So every week, every month, it'll be a new wrestling game. I'll play it, and then I'll put it where it fits in on the chart. I'll keep the chart updated. So obviously the first game is it'll be the best because it's the only one that's been played, right? And then the following month, I'll play another game, and I'll determine if that game is better than the previous game or not, and then we'll start filling in a chart to see which is the greatest wrestling game of all time. It's going to be based on more than just gameplay, right? It's going to be whether or not it actually has the spirit of a wrestling show, right? So it's going to, we're going to need story mode. We're going to need characters. We're going to need big personalities. It's going to have to encompass what it actually is to actually watch wrestling. So that's going to be interesting, I think. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys are interested in the things I do. I got some other things working on because I want to make some more evergreen type content. So I'm going to be pumping up some reviews. I've beaten a lot of games. I have a lot of games that I never actually reviewed. So I'm going to try to start pumping those out. I'm going to try to start doing some live streams every other Friday, I think, on the PlayStation where we can play games with each other, right? So I'm going to let you guys know what my PlayStation Network account name is. You can add me as a friend, and we'll play some Street Fighter. We'll play some Tekken, some games like that. That way we could just have fun together while I'm whooping your ass at video games, right? Because Evil says I don't show up to his stream because I discriminate because he's Latino. This isn't true. He just doesn't have streams when I'm actually available. So, other than that, I think that's how my week's been. Like I said, I'm going to work on more content. I got to get the website going again. I got to start pumping out some content there. I did get an invitation to go to some events over in Europe, but obviously I'm not in Europe, and I'm not flying over to go visit Gamescom to go schedule interviews and stuff like that. Unfortunately, right? I'm not in a position to do that. So we might have to look for somebody who's European in the future to go to European events and talk to people over there. Other than that, I think that's all I got to say about how my week's been and how the plans for the channel. I did put today an update on what my backlog looks like. I've only beaten about 14 games this year. Last year I beat 23, if I remember correctly. So I got a ways to go to catch up. I mean, other than that, I think that's it. Yeah. Let's see. We got some new faces. I see Figure Drawing. He says, Super Fire Pro Wrestling X Premium for the Super Famicom, or else your video is a fail. Like I said, I'm going to go through every single one that I can. If I can't play it on original hardware, I might have to emulate it, maybe. But I'm going to try to avoid it. So some of the harder to get games, they're going to have to fall towards the end of the life cycle of the program, of the show. So let's see who we got. We got Albert Menendez was here. I think he was the first one here. What's up, Albert? We got Sweet Tender Hooligan. Of course, Stream Elements bot, my favorite bot of all time. MIDI Music, Figure Drawing. We got Retro Bro 90s Reloaded. We got Extra Sanderson, Evil Knievel, Power and Glory, Dorkside, Rabbit Dude, and that's it. MIDI Music says he's a European but he's too lazy to go to events. Damn it.
Hey, question. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine, Carl.
Okay.
I do have headphones in.
I know. I was messing with my audio settings to fix everything. A friend of mine tried the Fire Pro Wrestling game on the PS4. He wasn't that happy with it.
Oh, which one? There's like several of them.
I think the newest one.
World?
Yeah. It came out a few years ago.
Yeah, I just picked that up, I think, last month.
He hated it. He's a huge wrestling fan.
Well, from my understanding, it's supposed to play closer to pro wrestling on NES than like a WWE wrestling game.
No, I think there's something else. I'll have to ask him and get with you about it later.
Mitty says you're loud, Carl.
Oh, I am? Hold on, let me turn the audio down.
Let me see.
Unless you want to turn it down. Can you turn it down?
No, you should be fine.
Okay.
Where's Amico? I don't know. We got 10 people here. Make sure you guys all hit the like button, obviously. To the people who are lurking, what's up? Feel free to say something in the chat. We don't bite, and we allow all opinions. To all the new people that have joined the channel, who have subscribed in the last couple of weeks, welcome to the insanity. You ready to talk some video games, Carl? You ready to talk about?
Hell yeah.
Well, that makes one of us because I haven't got the banners up yet.
Okay.
Uh,
Take your time.
I'm always behind. What games have you been playing lately, Carl?
Asteroids Recharged for one of the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games, and that's pretty much it.
Have you heard? We have some people that are on the younger side as far as subscribers, and I'm getting a lot of people who are asking about different self-help assholes on YouTube. Right? Hey, have you seen a video from this guy? Have you checked out a video from that guy? And it's usually videos about video games and why video games are evil.
Oh, I don't trust. I don't rely on self-help. Not that I don't believe in it. I just don't do it.
I do.
Okay.
I think it's stupid. Self-help gurus. Self-help is obviously helping yourself. I believe in that, right? You should help yourself, obviously. But the idiots on YouTube who have no credentials, have no degrees in psychology, sociology, psychiatry, social studies of any sort. These assholes are the people that you shouldn't listen to, right? You do not need, and I can't stress this enough for my younger viewers. If you guys watch this on replay, if you're watching it now, can't stress this enough. Do not let other people determine what it is to have a happy life, right? If you are happy with the way your life is, then that's good enough, right? You do not need to go out and do things to prove to other people that you're living a good life. You don't need to go on vacation. You don't need to climb mountains or fucking punch sharks in the Mediterranean Sea or some shit, right? If you're happy just going to school and coming home and watching TV and hanging out with your family or going to the park every once in a while and walking your dog, then that's a good life, right? You've lived a good life. As long as you're happy with your life, that's the key to it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Dorkside says people on YouTube need self-help. Some people do. But like I said, don't let other people determine whether or not your life is good, right?
These are the kind of people who believe in The Secret.
Yeah. For myself, I'm not super rich, but I have a good life, right? I have fun. I have friends. I talk to people. I play video games. I watch TV. Don't let other people tell you that you play too much video games. You watch too much TV. You're on social media too much, right? Only you can determine that. Only you can decide if it is a waste of time to play video games or if you should, go to the gym instead of watching a TV show. Not everybody needs to go and work out. Not everybody needs to open a book or to improve their life or to become an entrepreneur, right? Not everybody.
But everyone, you know what everyone does need to do?
What was that?
Watch this show.
That is true. Everybody should be watching this show because it is the greatest show on all the YouTubes. Dorkside's right, and only you can prevent forest fires. But I think that's enough advice. That's enough.
Right
here. Again, younger viewers, I know there's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of people out there telling you how you're not living to your full potential. Fuck those people. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good within the confines of the law, obviously, right? Let's make sure that we address that.
Yeah, you know what happens when you obsess about things like potential? You endanger your own life.
Yeah. Figure Drawing says, have you ever played the Great Battle 5 for the Super Famicom? I have not. I don't think I played a lot of Super Famicom games. I've played a lot of Super Nintendo games, right? But I don't think I've imported a lot of Super Famicom stuff. With that said, let's go from one console to a non-console. That's right, because we're going to be talking Google Stadia, people, and it's not shutting down.
Okay.
What are we talking about here, myself and comics? We're talking about Google Stadia. Apparently, Google says, not shutting down. The rumors of its demise have been greatly exaggerated. Now, this comes from PC Gamer. So we're going to take a look. It says Google denies rumor that Stadia is shutting down. This is by Andy Chalk.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Never mind.
Don't die on us, Carl. Don't die. Says a rumor surfaced earlier this week saying that Google's cloud game service would be shuttered for good by the end of the summer. Google has formally denied a rumor that its Stadia gaming service will soon be closed down, saying that it is still working on bringing more great games to the platform. Stadia, Google's cloud-based gaming service, has been under one form of death watch or another almost from the start, thanks to the confused marketing campaign, reports of technical problems, and the absence of some very basic functionality at launch. The situation grew more overtly dire in early 2021 when Stadia's Jade Rahman led internal development and studio was shuttered. You okay there, Carl?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That may at least partially explain why a rumor posted yesterday on the Killed by Google Twitter feed attributed to an anonymous friend of a regional Google manager attracted so much attention. It says, long story short, Google is beginning their exit plan, the message says. They did not have an exact date that the end of the service will happen, but they did say that by the end of the summer. He also mentioned that they will not be transferring their services or servers to any other competitor per se, and much more like that they did it with Google Play Music, same exit approach and strategy. He also mentioned that all the members would be informed 30 to 60 days before, and that the last month of service will be refunded and no charge for its usage. Also, any available subscription months will be refunded fully to your linked bank account. Like all good rumors, it's thin and untraceable, but contains just enough detail and connection to the on-ground reality to be believable. Naturally, it sparked plenty of conversations. Many in the gaming leaks and rumors subreddit accepted the report as true and inevitable, while the official Stadia subreddit was understandably more dubious, but Stadia said on Twitter that it just isn't so. So this is Blue Fire Demon says, Sigh, incredible that I really have to ask this. Are you closing down soon? This was replying to Google Stadia. Google Stadia said, Stadia is not shutting down. Rest assured, we're always working on bringing more great games to the platform and Stadia Pro. Let us know if you have any other questions. That makes it official, and plenty of people who I assume are Stadia owners expressed their relief in the replies. Carl, do you think this makes it official? Do you believe when a Google Stadia account on Twitter says that it's not shutting down, that we should take that as gospel?
You know, I'm glad you asked. Let's look at all the other Google projects that were shut down.
Okay.
That's your answer. They have a habit of shutting their projects or products down when it isn't getting them enough money.
Dorkside says, there you go, people. When a company says they are or not doing something, we have to believe them. Exactly. First off, I have no idea who runs the Google Stadia account, right? Whether this is an intern or somebody with actual authority in the company.
Oh.
So, I mean, it could be a bot. This could be just a bot response. Hey, if somebody says, is Google shutting down, the fucking thing automatically just pops up. Stadia is not shutting down, right? The guy who's running the account might not actually know anything. So I wouldn't take this, like people are taking this as gospel or as some kind of, this proves that Google Stadia is not shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that. Unless the actual guy who, the CEO of Google or the head of the Stadia department or wherever the hell the department is that handles Stadia, the head of that department comes out and says, hey, no, we ain't shutting down. Here's our plan. Here's our, roadmap for the future or whatever. Until that happens, I'm not gonna quite believe this. Mad Radhu on Twitter says, gonna bookmark this tweet and absolutely chaos dunk all over it in about 6 months. Lamau.
Sorry.
The doubt is understandable. A Kotaku report from earlier this year said that just 1 week before closing the Stadia Games and Entertainment Development Studio, Stadia manager Phil Harrison had sent an email to its staff praising the great progress they were making.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, so there you go.
Phil.
This is typical in corporate, right? You don't tell people you're closing down until all the stuff is set to go. Until the movers show up and start pulling out the computers and the office furniture, you really don't know you're shutting down because you don't want any panic. You don't want any hit to your stock or anything, right? You can't be telegraphing kind of thing. Yeah, if we can't trust the CEO, who can we trust?
Oh, yeah.
So while it is still a rumor that Google Stadia will be shutting down by the summer, I'm going to err on the side of caution and say it's probably closer to true than not. Unless something big happens, unless Google comes out with some kind of like, hey, here you go, we fixed it, and Google Stadia now fucking runs perfectly. Unless that happens, I think this experiment is over, right? Google Stadia experiment is set to be done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me know what you guys think. If this gets clipped by Blind and Braille, let me know your thoughts in the comment. Do you think Google Stadia is shutting down? Do you think that the rumor is just a rumor? It's untrue. Someone just making stuff up. Do you believe the Google Stadia Twitter account when they say no, everything's fine, everything's A-okay? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you made it this far, like the video, share the video, and subscribe because every subscription makes Carl's eyes get closer to 20/20 vision. I don't know how it happens, but it just works.
I would love to have perfect vision, by the way, folks. So, come on.
That would be amazing if that worked that way. Like your eyes got better, but then we got too many, and all of a sudden your eyes just started getting too good, Carl.
I wouldn't mind omnispectral vision.
No, but like you started getting binocular vision, like you couldn't see.
Oh yeah. That would suck.
It's like, no, stop subscribing. My eyes are
too.
That
would suck.
Oh, Albert's not responding. Do you guys know CPR? I do not. Minnie says, I think it's shutting down, but not quite yet. I think they're trying to figure out what to do with everything. I don't think Google cares, but
they should just sell all the hardware to Microsoft.
I know there's a dude that has been promoting the Amico that also has a Google Stadia tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's all in.
No comment.
Carl, do you have a Steam Deck?
Huh?
Do you have a Steam Deck?
No, I just don't like the way computer games translate to console.
Like really a console.
Well, I mean, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, the way they played on the console, or Shadowrun Returns.
But what I'm saying is the Steam Deck's not really console, right?
Well, I mean, I would like to buy one, but there's just the fact that they're not really available yet.
Okay, now that I can understand, right? Not being able to get a hold of it.
I wouldn't mind. I would put the money down on one. If anything, just to try it out, buy the cheapest one, but it's just not available yet.
Steam Deck is a PC, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I know what Carl was getting at because, like, when they take a game that's used for mouse and keyboard, and then you translate it over,
yeah,
it gets all wonky.
Exactly.
Keys and stuff. Sometimes they got to make adjustments because you don't got the precision or you don't got the ability to do certain things, certain functionalities. Take it easy, Dorkside. So I get that, but I think the Steam Deck will be okay. I wanted to get that Shadowrun trilogy on the PS5, but I'm holding off on it.
I mean, if you can handle it, I'll tell you right now, the Returns is more like a demo. It's kind of like a toolkit. So it's like the last one. It's either Hong Kong is better. It's just like each one there is better. Like Shadowrun is okay, then Berlin or Dragon or whatever it's called is great, then Berlin or Hong Kong is the best. But
Yeah,
you know,
well, I would hope that they improved each game over the last.
they're not bad. They're not bad. If you can, you know, if you're really into role playing and stuff like that, they are really cool.
But I mean, do they play closer to the Super Nintendo version of Shadowrun?
No, they're really different.
They're completely different than either one.
They're more like XCOM games. Or Wasteland.
I might. You might be selling me on this. Customized characters.
It's not bad. I mean, like the trilogy, you know, it's you get all three together in one price.
Customizable characters, or do you got like?
Pretty customizable. You go through a character generation sequence like it was something like Baldur's Gate. You choose the sex, gender, whatever you guys want to call it, the race, class, and then you get to decide what your initial skill points go into. And then the nice thing is, like, you choose your portrait, right?
Yeah.
And you can choose to match your colors according to your character, for your character, according to that portrait.
I hate when there's a limited amount of portraits. I know on PC there's always you can import, but on the console you're just locked into whatever the defaults are. And I know I had what the hell is it?
I mean, you have a laptop, right? Just buy them on the laptop.
No, I don't have. Well, the laptop don't work. Remember?
Oh, your new computer, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't like playing on computer. I got the Pathfinder.
Oh, okay.
Pathfinder's what the hell I was talking about. And Pathfinder has a limited amount of portraits, and they don't got a portrait that goes with every class and every like combination. So it's like sometimes you'll be like a certain class, and then the portrait's like wildly different because it's like the only cool looking portrait. And you're like, fuck, and it kind of brings me out of the game.
I mean, I don't think the portraits selection is bad, but I would just try and find a way to find them all, see what they all look like yourself.
Yeah, Evil Knievel, you don't want a Steam Deck to play sounds. You want a Stream Deck. Don't get confused. You buy the wrong thing. But a Stream Deck is the thing.
But I think you'd enjoy it. You know, Shadowrun Trilogy could be really fun for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
But don't you have a 300 some odd backlog?
459 plus.
I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just saying, you know, would you have time to play it? Is trying to allude to.
No, I would not. Evil Knievel says we missed you, Carl.
Thanks. Appreciate it, folks.
I don't have time to play the games I own now. No, and I always got to keep playing more and more new games. Got to get things reviewed. Got to get things covered for the channel.
I mean, if you think you have the time for it, go for it. I think you'd probably enjoy it.
I got, like I said, once I pull back from participating in other people's streams so much and doing that and being distracted by just stupid YouTube stuff, and I think I'll be able to have more time. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. We had video game shit to talk about.
Yeah.
I asked you about the Steam Deck, Carl, and there was a reason for that. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because Valve says Steam Deck orders will be fulfilled this year. That's right.
That's
if you have
great.
A Steam Deck, reserved, you're going to get it by the end of the year. Maybe not in time for Christmas, but by the end of the year. So this is coming from Eurogamer. And of course, let me remind you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends because it helps out. This is from Matt Wales. He says, Valve will fulfill all current Steam Deck reservations by the end of the year, following supply chain improvements. Oh boy. Following Valve's pledge to more than double its Steam Deck shipments back in June, the company has announced that improvements to its supply chain mean that it'll now be able to fulfill all current reservations for the handheld gaming PC by the end of the year. Steam Deck has, of course, been in massive demand since its unveiling last July, with wait times for reservations rapidly stretching into this year. Unfortunately, supply chain issues forced Valve to delay initial shipments from the end of 2021 into this year, with further rollouts perhaps not as rapid as Valve would have liked. We've had plenty of updates since then. Valve said it would be ramping up production into the hundreds of thousands in March, while June saw it announced shipments would more than double in the coming months. And the latest brings great news for those that already have Steam Deck reservations. Hundreds of thousands, Carl. You got to get on this. You got to get on this Steam Deck. That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, I don't know. I would have to really think about it. It would be nice to have something like that, though. I love portable gaming.
I'm thinking of getting a Evercade. I'm not sure yet.
Ooh, me too.
Let's continue on. In a post shared on Steam, Valve explained many of the supply chain shortfalls that affect Steam Deck are gradually clearing up, and we're continuing to ramp production, so we're able to produce more decks faster than ever before. This said meant it was going to be able to fulfill demand sooner than it had estimated for everyone in the reservation queue. As of today, all current reservation windows have been updated, meaning most customers that were previously in the Q4 or later window have been moved into the Q3 slot, that is July to September, while everyone else is now solidly in the Q4 October to December window. In other words, as long as you're currently in the reservation queue, you'll now get your Steam Deck by the end of the year. Valve notes all new reservations will initially be put into the Q4 bucket, meaning they'll also get their Steam Deck this year, but warns that once the bucket fills up, ETAs will begin falling into the first quarter of 2023. We're happy we're able to get Steam Decks into your hands faster than we had estimated. Valve concluded, it has been great to see all the positive feedback, impressions, and amazing things you have already been doing with your Steam Decks. We can't wait to see even more in the coming months. Carl, how is it possible that Valve is telling me that the supply chain issues are clearing up, things are being able to be ramped up in production, and yet I still don't have an Amico?
Or how many people out there are still waiting for their play date?
No idea.
More importantly, which one do you think will get all their orders met first? Playdate or Steam Deck?
I think Steam Deck. I don't think Playdate's going to get all. Because I think there's a different process. But we'll see. I think the Amico is going to have all their pre-orders fulfilled before anyone.
Okay, all right.
With everybody canceling their pre-orders, eventually they'll get down to 0 pre-orders and they'll be able to fulfill them. Right?
I mean, some people over there who are rappers on YouTube could always order more Amico units to drive up manufacturing.
That is a possibility. But Steam Decks will be fulfilled this year. If you already had them on pre-order, if you already had a reservation, you're getting them this year. If you get them fast enough, if you reserve them soon, you might get them this year, by the end of this year. If you wait too long, you're going to be kicked over until next year.
Yeah. Ninja Kitty was definitely anticipating the arrival of his.
What, his Steam Deck or his...
His Steam Deck, I think. Well, both. I think. I forget. Sorry for the misinformation. Anyway, yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that.
So, I mean, I already got mine. I need to start using it. I got a new mattress, so maybe I'll be chilling in the bed in the new mattress, playing some Steam Deck, watching some Flash.
With your girl?
Maybe. We're trying to avoid distractions, Carl.
Okay. All right.
We bring my girl into this, and all of a sudden we're not going to get anything done. We're not going to get any games played.
Okay, good point.
Watched. Let's see. Extra Sanderson says, I would trade my Playdate for an Amico in a second. Playdate is kind of a gimmick console. Amico is the real deal. Good thing
Playdate is shorter than the Game Boy.
Amico Chan is the real deal. Yeah, I've seen Amico Chan running around on the internet. Extra Sanderson says the side-loaded games are far better than season games past 1 and 2. Yeah, I've heard that it's kind of gimmicky.
Mm-hmm.
Gary likes his Playdate.
The king of bad takes.
Yeah, I mean, they look neat, right? But they don't look engaging. Like, I don't see myself playing those things.
I mean, it's like a Super Bowl. There's like Super Bowl commercials. They're there to sell you on the product. They're not really actually that good. They're just there to convince you to buy the product.
Figure Drawing wants an Atari Amico VCS. Atari Amico date.
I wouldn't mind a VCS myself, but it's just too technical for me to set up. So
I don't know. VCS looks like it's just a gimmick. I wouldn't want one.
Yeah, I fear you might be right on that.
And I don't think does the Atari VCS actually have any exclusive games?
I think so. I don't know though for a fact, so it's just a lot of hearsay for me.
Let's see. There were some that were exclusive, but they are no longer exclusive.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, folks.
Let's see. Sir Love-A-Lot was exclusive until March 2021. Thrustlander until July 2021. Chaos Chassis 2021. And then, of course, the Recharge series, but that's no longer exclusive.
No, it's not. I think they're like roughly around anywhere from 4 to 6 titles at the moment, plus the ones that are going to be included in the Atari 50 Anniversary Collection.
Yeah, the Atari 50 Anniversary Collection isn't going to be exclusive to VCS either. I don't think there's anything
it isn't
exclusive on the VCS now.
Yeah, the Atari 50 is going to be on, I think, every major platform and the VCS.
Extra Sanderson says Atari VCS lets you play with the spinner on the Recharge game, so some games play better. No exclusives, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're paying $400 for a spinner.
Essentially, for the ability to use a spinner, because you still got to buy.
That's like paying $350 for the Amiga because of the direction disc.
But the direction disc isn't doing anything special. There's nothing on the direction disc that an analog stick doesn't do.
True.
Because I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to all of you. But an analog stick does 360 degrees of articulation. 64 directions.
Yeah, I know that.
It's less than 360 degrees. So, Tommy talking about his, 64 direction D-pad or disc, whatever you want to call it. I mean, yes, sure, a D-pad only has 4 directions. 8 if you count that they can sort of do the angles, right? But games don't use that anymore. We use a analog stick, which does 360 degrees of rotation.
Direction disc, you knave.
Well, the direction disc in its 64 directions is inferior to a 360-degree analog.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Albert says, "Diddle my D-pad." Whoa.
That's some serious action, dude.
We don't talk like that around here. All right. We're going to be talking about one of our favorite subjects here on the channel. It's a debate that has been raging on for years and years. Both sides entrenched deeply in their beliefs.
Right. So you're talking about the presidential election, right?
No, this is more important. This is more contentious than the presidential.
Oh, okay. All right. Just asking.
Than the debate on abortion. This is the most highly debated topic of all. And we're going to be talking about it right now.
Cool.
Because almost 80% of PlayStation 4 and 5 game sales are digital. That's right. Nobody wants a fucking physical disc anymore. They want digital because it's just that much simpler. A lot of you older folks with the hearing aids and the eyeglasses and the walking canes playing your retro games, you want your physical, but that's not the way things are going. That's not the way things are anymore.
You know, I went all digital on my Switch. And I found it liberating finding so many great games for great prices, and I think all digital is becoming consumer friendly, you know?
Yeah, this comes from Push Square. Nearly 80% of all PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 games are bought digitally. I was talking about this, I think 2 nights ago, I want to say, with Mad Max and them. We were discussing physical media. And I said something that they were very upset with. They said probably within 10 years, they're no longer going to make physical games. It's going to be nothing but digital. Because nobody's buying it. If 80% of all PlayStation games, PlayStation 5 are bought digitally, that number is only going to increase, not decrease. Companies are going to feel that there's no need to make physical games anymore. So it's all going to be digital. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, the idea of game collecting, it's going to be very different in the future, right? How are you going to collect PlayStation 6 games if they're not physical?
I remember during the days of the PlayStation 3, and I was reading, I kind of saw an article, and it didn't reference the PlayStation 3, how it's going to be more of a computer than, the present consoles were. So I think it's definitely, they're going to be more computerized as well, more reliant on special hardware for like ray tracing, and I think this the way they are available to purchase these games are of no exception.
Yeah. Like I said, I think in 10 years, we're going to be all digital. Now, Figure Drawing says Nintendo will still make physical games in 10 years. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say even Nintendo is going to probably go all digital. We'll see. I mean, maybe first-party Nintendo games might be physical, but I think even them, they're going to go digital. It's just going to be easier.
For them to make this happen, they're going to need to solve the problem of storage space. How are they going to, how many terabytes, for example, are going to be on the new consoles?
Well, you don't have to have that many on the console. You could always have, come on, help me out here, Carl. Memory cards, right?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you don't need a bunch on the console itself.
if they would just go back to using memory cards like Nintendo did with the Switch, I think that would definitely be a far better option. Maybe I'm wrong though.
Yeah.
What do you all think?
We're going to be talking. We're going to read this article from Push Square. Nearly 80% of all PlayStation 5 and 4 games are bought digitally. If you're enjoying the channel, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share it with your friends. And, of course, subscribe. So that way, every subscription will save one physical collector from their doldrum life of dusty cards and maybe bring them into the digital age with the rest of us.
That's you, Gary.
This is Liam Croft. He says, big increase over previous quarter. Physical enthusiasts should probably look away now because Sony has revealed 79% of all PS5, PS4 games sold during its latest fiscal quarter were for the digital version. This represents a dramatic increase for the start of the fiscal year 2022, a 13% boost. Come on, guys. We can't take you serious when you start having spaces between percent. It's not a 13% boost. It's 13%, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Over fiscal year 2021, to be exact, when 2/3 of games were purchased digitally. Now, just to play devil's advocate, do you think that this increase is due to people buying the digital version over the physical version? Or do you think this increase is due to certain games being digital only?
I think it's maybe certain games being digital only, and also that they're actually offering more bonuses to buy the digital version.
Yeah. I agree. There's a lot of games that are obviously digital only. We're talking like your Fortnites and stuff and what have you. So I think it might be a little unfair, this whole article. But at the same time, people are buying the digital games, even though they're digital only. So that is something to think about. It says in quarter one of fiscal year 2021, digital purchases stood at 71%. The two following quarters saw the percentage drop to 62%, and then it returned to 71% for quarter four. The beginning of the fiscal 2022 sees the statistic at its highest ever, 79%. Interestingly, the amount of monthly active users on PSN dropped by 4 million across the last quarter, suggesting there are fewer people using the service, but more of that user base are taking the digital route. Oh, so that's interesting here. So it's not even like people, with the new PlayStation Plus thing with the
tiers,
the
membership tiers,
the member tiers, right? With getting access to more games, it's not even like a bunch more people have subscribed and now they're playing digital versions of those games, because they get all the free shit. So they lost 4 million, which means that people are still just buying digital. They just like digital better. I know I got mostly digital. PlayStation 5 is all digital, obviously. I got a few physical PS4 games, but not many.
It definitely has me thinking, that's for sure.
Albert says if Carl's chairs a squeaking, don't go a peeking.
Oh, no. I just rotate my chair a lot. It's nothing terrible is going on.
I thought you were like opening and closing a screen door myself.
No. No, we don't have a screen door.
So what the fuck's Carl doing over there? Anyway, Sony will even incentivize users to buy games through the PS Store in the future, as it could offer PSN wallet credit via its upcoming PS Stars program.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm still kind of on the fence about that whole PlayStation Stars thing and incentivizing people to play games and giving people credit.
Microsoft uses a rewards program, and I'll tell you this, it takes a while to get enough money to buy a full priced game. And I think the same is going to be true for the PlayStation equivalent, this PlayStation Stars program.
Yeah, Nintendo, the Switch has what the hell is it? The gold coins or whatever.
That's actually much better because, like, you can, if you're buying a small game, for example, you can knock off a good portion from your from your purchase, or you can choose to save them. But I think they do expire. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
I know I've bought a few. I bought a few games at full price, got the coins, and then bought some like smaller games, like 100%, just with the coins. So I mean, but to actually be like, hey, if you play X game for X amount of time and do Y task, we're going to give you so many PlayStation stars or whatever the fuck it is they're going to give you. I think that's stupid, and I don't like it. I don't like that kind of incentivizing.
You also gotta wonder what the task is. Is it going to be some difficult task, or is it going to be something anyone could do?
Yeah, it says it's bad news for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 gamers who prefer to buy games physically as the industry and market shift further into the digital realm. Sony offers a PS5 system without a disc drive. That's the one I got. But will that become the default option once it is ready to move on to the next generation? Come back in 6 or 7 years and we should have an answer. I'll tell you what, if you're buying the version of the PS5 with the disc drive, you're going to be very disappointed in about 5 years when there's no longer any physical game for you to buy. When it's all digital.
No, it's just nice to pull up your games and just to execute the launch button, maybe select your profile. There you go.
Well, I mean, that's what I do on the PlayStation 5 now, Carl. It's not a very you don't have to download it every time, right? You download it once, and then it's on your thing, and you play the game, and then when you're done, you just delete it and you download something else.
Pretty much.
So
or just, or get it at like an 8 terabyte drive and switch it over when you want to use it if you feel like keeping those games.
Yeah. Figure Drawing says, but old physical games. Yeah, but it's not going to be a thing, right? You're going to run out of games to play eventually, and you're going to be like, that's it. And most people that are physical game collectors are people my age or older, and unfortunately, those people are dying because that happens.
I mean, let's use someone as an example, okay? Just out of the blue. Okay, let's say, person A, he's a Genesis collector, and his passion is to accumulate all these games. But let's say there's a disaster, right? Like a fire that wipes them all out. I mean, yeah, insurance would reimburse him maybe, but he still wouldn't have those games to play. They're lost forever. And I'll tell you this much, from my own experience, it is impossible to permanently delete a game from your account library. They won't do it. So you permanently have that game.
On top of the fact that no one can come in my house and steal my PlayStation 5 games.
Exactly. That too.
I mean, they can steal my console, but not my games.
Yeah. I mean, they could try and steal your account, but you'd still be able to recover it.
So there it is. Right now, we're at about 80% all digital sales for the PlayStation.
And on the
PlayStation 6 is going to be all digital.
And look at on the Microsoft side, they have Game Pass. An all digital future is definitely going to happen.
All right, that's enough of that.
All right,
Carl, you did mention something about backward compatibility. What were you talking about there?
Well, I mean, remind me what I said specifically, please. I've forgotten about it.
You said something about development of backward compatible games, the future of gaming.
Oh, I just meant like I forget what I meant. Sorry. Backwards compatible game. Well, I can just try and reiterate from the top. I mean, backwards compatible games. I think it's like it's something which people do want, like all the Star Wars games, for example. You know, old experiences for new players.
I've discussed this before. I don't think you were here.
I don't know. Sorry.
But people always say they want that, right? We want backwards compatibility. We want to play these old games. And then they get it, and they don't actually play them.
Actually, I've played Fallout New Vegas all the time.
That's anecdotal, Carl. Like, you are one person, right? But if you actually look at the stats of the games being played and the stats of who's purchasing, like when they make old games available, and people are like, hey, we want to play this Final Fantasy game, make it available, right? And they do, and then it doesn't do any sales, right? It does like fucking 20,000 copies, right? And then, that's people, right? It's still people playing, but in the overall scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket.
I'll tell you something else. It's also It also is detrimental to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Game Pass, the old games on Game Pass, for example, and even just their Microsoft's consumer-friendly backwards compatibility policy are killing the point of buying the Xbox Series X. And so is the backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 5.
Evil Knievel says, I went backwards compatibility with your mom last night, Trebek. Bad, Evil, bad. We're just running through these topics, Carl.
Yeah.
We might get this show over in less than 2 hours. We might get this show over before the rest of the crew shows up.
Well, they have families, so.
We all have families.
I just make a point to reserve the more important events in my daily routine. That's all.
And I'm glad you said that, Carl, because speaking of important events, we have to talk about this next topic. This is one of the most important things that we could ever discuss on the channel. Super important. And it needs to be discussed. The Tomb Raider film rights are up for grabs, Carl. Did you know about that?
Ooh, really?
Yes, they are. This is according to Deadline. So you know that it's serious. This is by Justin Kroll and Patrick Hips. Tomb Raider rights up for grabs after MGM exit. Alicia Vikander roles to be recast. Before we get into the topic, let me remind you to like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel and join the madness on a regular. So, did you see the 2018 Tomb Raider movie by any chance, Carl?
Vaguely, yeah. Remember watching it.
I didn't. I watched the 2 Angelina Jolie movies for Tomb Raider. I did not watch the rebooted one. In fact, until I read this article, I forgot it even existed.
I've seen them all. And I gotta be honest, I like the Angelina Jolie ones much more.
Was it because Angelina Jolie's just a
Nah, I'm not an Angelina Jolie fan. I think they got more character.
Two bigger characters in the Angelina Jolie movies, right?
I mean, yeah. Okay, sure.
I'm saying I'm not to take anything away from Alicia Vikander, but Angelina Jolie is much hotter. At least she was in her heyday, right? If you take them
Oh
both,
yeah, she's definitely more attractive. I agree with that 1,000%.
And despite what Hollywood might have you think, people like seeing hot chicks in their movies.
They do.
Right? If I'm going to watch a movie about a chick, I prefer a hot chick over a not hot chick. Does that make me misogynist? Does that make me
No, it doesn't,
person?
because
maybe it does. I don't give a shit.
Okay, let me talk you through this, okay? So, so let's say the next Lara Croft is to be portrayed by Roseanne Barr. How many of you in the chat, and please answer honestly, would watch that as Tomb Raider fans? Not for comedic value.
Not for comedic, because I was ready to watch that Roseanne Barr Tomb Raider.
That's why I had to reiterate, not for comedic value, like you seriously want to watch that as a Tomb Raider fan. No one would watch that. Why? Because she's not pretty. It just, that's the
She's
truth.
Pretty on the inside.
Well, people don't care about pretty on the inside.
Either way, this movie made the 2018 movie had a budget of about 90 to 106 million, and it only made a box office of 274 million. Right? Now, if we contrast that with the original Tomb Raider, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the Angelina Jolie version, that had a budget of 115 million, and it also made 274 million. But you got to remember that was 274 million back in 2001 versus 2018. So theater prices were a lot cheaper back in the old days.
Oh yeah. And here we used to have the dollar saver cinemas, and when they hit there, we just go see the movie for a cheaper price. Can't do that anymore.
Now, the Cradle of Life, the second Angelina Jolie movie, budget of 95 million, it only made 160 million. That movie did kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie.
It did suck. I agree. The first one was better. The whatever it's called, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. It was definitely the better flick, because the architecture and everything. And I thought the Pandora's box was going to be more ornate than what it was. It just, I don't know. They could have done so much more with it.
Yeah. All right. Let's read this article here. It says, this is a picture from the movie that I didn't watch, but MGM no longer holds rights to produce Tomb Raider film franchise, which has spawned 3 movies, with the most recent in 2018 starring Alicia Vikander. The actress is no longer attached to a planned sequel, and Graham King's GK Films is now shopping rights and seeking a new lead. Deadline is confirmed. A bidding battle is underway, we hear. Stay tuned for who comes out on top. I don't see people bidding on this, right? Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm very cynical, but I don't think Tomb Raider has the same appeal or the same notoriety that it did in the 2000s, right?
Yeah. Someone in the chat was asking about good Tomb Raider suits.
We're not gonna discuss that. We're not gonna acknowledge those type of comments, Carl.
Well, yeah, I don't know if any that are watchable by all audiences. So sorry, guys.
I mean, maybe Tomb Raider might have a chance in a world where Indiana Jones flops. The next Indiana Jones movie, if it flops, maybe a good Tomb Raider can swoop in and take that crowd hungry for tomb raiding action.
I hate to tell you, but Tintin is going to take that spot, not Tomb Raider.
Tintin, you think so?
Tintin is the Indiana Jones of Europe.
But is there a new movie coming out?
I'm saying, like, if they wanted to make a new movie, it would do pretty well, I think.
But did they make a movie?
They did. It was I thought it was pretty good.
I have not seen that. But yeah, there was a live action in 1964, but there was a 2011 computer generated Tintin.
Yeah. I saw the animated series, and I saw
that made $374 million, so it made a little bit more money than Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even realize this. It was filmed by Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson, so.
Oh, that's why it was good.
All right, where were we? Says Angelina Jolie kicked off the film series in 2001 with Lara Croft Tomb Raider, spawning a sequel 2 years later, Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life, both via Paramount. Vikander took on the role for the Roar Youthag-directed reboot, which grossed $274.7 million at the worldwide box office for distributor Warner Brothers. A sequel to that movie had been in the works since 2019, with Vikander set to return. Ben Wheatley and more recently Lovecraft Country's Misha Green had been attached to direct, the latter as late as last year. MGM even had a release date, March 2021, smack in the middle of the COVID pandemic. Says King acquired film rights to the original video game property from Square Enix in 2011. The action-adventure game was a massive hit after its 1996 debut, spawning multiple sequel games and eventually the Jolie-starring movie adaptations. MGM has been recalibrating since being acquired by Amazon in an $8.5 billion deal that closed in May. The Wrap first reported news of the rights auction today. Look at that, giving credit to where credit's due. So do you think we're going to see a new Tomb Raider film pop up in the next couple of years, Carl?
You know what I was thinking? We could raise the capital and buy it ourselves.
I don't think we're going to be able to raise that much money.
Oh, what a pity.
But yeah, I won't say that the 2018 Tomb Raider was a bomb, but it definitely was not a mega success.
I mean, it didn't suck. It just wasn't as good.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people even remembered it. Like I said, I didn't remember it. It was a thing.
Oh, man, when a movie is that forgettable, that's a bad thing.
Yeah. With the Uncharted movie not doing so well, again, I don't think this is going to be a hot property. I don't think this is something that people should even like. Video game adaptations hardly ever do good, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Can you even name one? Can you name one video game movie that's really actually good?
Ooh, damn, I can't think of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like Super Mario Brothers movie sucked.
I mean, yeah. In terms of sales, it didn't do that well.
Well, here,
Street Fighter,
I like, but it still was not.
I mean, I liked Super Mario Brothers because I liked it as a non-Super Mario Brothers movie. But as a Super Mario Brothers movie, it didn't do well.
I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or 1, those are probably the best.
Yeah, I think they're definitely more successful.
But we're going to go ahead and take a look real quick. We're going to take one of those classic Geek Getaway side trips. And we're going to take a look at Wikipedia's list of the highest grossing films based on video games. These are the 50 highest grossing films Remember, this is gross, not net. This does not take into account how much it costs to produce the films. It does not take into account.
So you're not talking about profit alone, basically.
Yeah. The 50th is Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. There's a lot of Pokemon on here, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Then we got Pokemon Destiny Deoxys. The 50th highest grossing film only made $33,393,751. Then, of course, we got more Pokemon. Lucario, Pokemon the movie, I Choose You. Hey, look, Digimon. Revenge of Diaboromon. I never even heard of that movie. Super Mario Brothers. Remember that, Carl? Live action.
Yeah.
That's the 45th. That's how bad video game movies are, because the 45th highest grossing video game movie is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Now, I want to make an argument here about the Pokemon movies. They're more inspired. They're more based off of the anime, not the video games, and they kind of just deviated.
Yeah, but the anime is still based on a video game property, so it still counts.
All right, yeah, okay.
Then we got another Pokemon, Rise of Darkrai. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
Oh,
I forgot all about this. This came out last year.
Resident Evil, yeah. I forgot about it too, to be honest. I'm not a Resident Evil fan of this, so.
I remember, I think we even talked about it, and we were like, oh, it didn't look that good. Then I just heard nothing about it, right? I remember hearing when it was up to before release, and after release, I don't remember anybody talking about it. Same thing with Monster Hunter. I remember that was like a thing, and people were complaining because it had like the army or some shit. And they're like, why is there an army? Monster Hunter's about like people with swords fighting monsters, not like machine guns. That only made 42 million. Then, of course, more Pokemon. Giratina.
Mm-hmm.
Carl.
Sorry.
Pokemon the movie. Kyurem versus Sword and Shield. How many fucking Pokemon movies are there, really?
Oh, a bunch, probably.
Another Pokemon, Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, do we have to talk about that?
Hey, it's number 38. The 1997 live-action Mortal Kombat sequel made $51,376,861 gross. It was shitty. It was not great. I see it in the theater, right? I was in the theater.
Me too.
All right, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Actually, I like the original Mortal Kombat movie.
The original Mortal Kombat movie is definitely better. Figure drawing says Spielberg hasn't been good for a long time. And Mitty wants a Tintin in the Congo.
I mean, there's so many Tintin movies they could make. And what makes him more interesting is he's not really doing all this on purpose. He's actually just a journalist like you.
Now makes it 100 times better already.
Yeah, he's a journalist, and he has this little pet white dog, and he goes Snowy, and he just happens to get into these adventures.
He just falls into it, huh?
Exactly. He just falls into it.
All right, so we got Silent Hill Revelation. This was another. I remember watching it, but it wasn't good.
I didn't watch it.
Doom. Did you watch the Doom movie?
Oh yeah. I don't talk about that.
And we got this Pokemon Black Vicente and Reshiram and White Vicente and Zekrom. Well, these must be like Japanese only movies. We got a Yokai Watch Enma Dao to Itsu no Maka something a bunch of words I can't pronounce. But it made 58 million. Pokemon 3, the movie. Another Pokemon. Zorak, Master of Illusion. Hitman. Remember the Hitman movie, Carl?
Vaguely.
The 2015. I didn't watch it. Have you played the Hitman? Are you into the Hitman games?
No.
Me either. Mortal Kombat is the 30th highest grossing movie for video games. That is the 2021 version.
Wow.
Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I did.
Rabbit Dude says he really hopes the new Mario movie turns out good. I hope it does too.
It won't turn out good. It won't turn out as. I don't think it'll turn out as good as the Sonic movies.
Yeah, I did not see the new Mortal Kombat. I heard it was decent. My parents said they liked it, but I did not watch it. Final Fantasy Spirits Within. I remember going to the theater for this.
Oh, come on. It did better. That Final Fantasy Spirits Within did better than the Mortal Kombat movies.
No, just the two. Just the Annihilation and the 2021 version.
Oh, okay.
Not the original one. But I remember Final Fantasy Spirits Within, right? Everyone was excited. It was like Final Fantasy movie. Somebody take care of this thing in the chat. Hold on. I'll do it. I swear to God, these damn... what's up, Max? Max says he overslept, and he just woke up 30 minutes ago, so I'm glad you joined us. I'm just going over some of the movies, the video game movies, the highest grossing, the 50 highest grossing. Spirits Within, like I said, people were excited about it. Final Fantasy, a movie, had this brand new CGI. They were talking about they were going to use the technology to have CGI actors and actresses, and they were going to take them from this movie and they were going to like put them in other movies and stuff. The movie fucking bombed. They made 85 million gross, but if I remember correctly, it cost fucking a huge amount of money to make. Let me see. Yeah, it cost 137 million, and it only made 85 million.
There you go.
So it was a flop.
Don't use fake actors and actresses.
Yeah, I think it almost killed off Squaresoft, almost killed off Sony.
Oh man.
Max Payne. I never watched this.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, Silent Hill, the 27th highest grossing. This one was actually pretty good, the 2006 one.
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter. Were you in the theater for that one, Carl? Because I was in the theater.
I saw which Street Fighter movie?
The 1994 Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme? Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was funny. It had its moments. Raul Julia absolutely kills it. He's fucking chewing the scenery, and it's so good. So bad, it's so good. I love it.
You mean, but the guy played Bison, right?
Yep.
Oh, he's great. He's great at that kind of stuff.
He just goes all in, and it's fucking awesome. Yokai Watch, the movie, 25th. Another Hitman. There was 2 Hitman movies?
Man, why?
2015 was Hitman Agent 47, and then there was a 2007 movie just titled Hitman. Resident Evil. This is the 2002 original Resident Evil.
It's funny.
Mortal Kombat. The 1995 movie is only the 22nd highest grossing.
So here's what I want to ask. Are the Assassin's Creed movies in here at all?
Maybe. I haven't seen. I didn't peek, so it could be. Resident Evil Apocalypse. And we got Pokemon the movie, 2000. Angry Birds movie 2. Wow, Angry Birds.
Oh, Christ's sake.
I saw the first Angry Birds movie. It was pretty good. It was funny for a kids movie, right? Mm-hmm. I don't got that queued up, Evil. I'm not gonna, so I can't play the Tuesday clip. Sorry. Resident Evil Extinguished. Lara Croft, Cradle of Life. 17th highest. Pokemon, the first movie. Need for Speed. There was a Need for Speed movie.
Now, I do want to say I did see the first Pokemon movie, and I thought it was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay.
Okay, but there was a Need for Speed movie.
Really? How the hell does that work?
Aaron Paul, Dominic Cooper. I mean, I guess it'd probably be like the Fast and the Furious, but it made 203 million gross.
That's not bad.
What was the? Let's take a look. How much did it cost? It cost 66 million. So they actually made 140 million thereabouts.
Well, was this movie made about the same time as the Fast Furious movies?
Well, it was made in 2014. I mean, the Fast and the Furious movies have been going on for fucking shit ever.
I guess it just shows that fast movies about fast cars are always going to be popular. All right, what's next?
Resident Evil Retribution. And there it is, Carl. Number 13, the Assassin's Creed 2016 movie.
Sorry.
Michael Fassbender. People apparently were. I didn't see it.
There are 2 Assassin's Creed movies. 2 of
them. One's what? That's not Assassin's Creed. What's the Sands of Time? That's
No, that's Prince of Persia.
That's Prince of Persia. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That movie sucked.
I saw that. It really wasn't that good.
The 2018 Tomb Raider movie here with 274, just barely being edged out by the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie.
Ooh,
it's about
that's bad.
$50,000 difference between the two.
Ooh, that's really bad.
Now we're in the top 10. Resident Evil Afterlife, which sucked. Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, again, sucked. Sonic the Hedgehog is number 8. 320 million gross. Prince of Persia. How the fuck did Prince of Persia: Sands of Time make 336 million?
It was an interesting movie. I just didn't think it was very good.
It was garbage. I mean, and the ending was totally garbage. Totally. Jake Gyllenhaal was not good. I didn't like it. Angry Birds for 6. Yeah, I know. People love that shit. It was actually pretty good though, for what it was, right? Angry Birds, number 6. Uncharted, wow. Uncharted made 401 million gross.
Wow. I'm shocked.
I am. I heard it cost 120 million budget. So they made some money, but I heard it was crap. So this is a shock. It's so high up. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's got a little asterisk on it. Probably still. Let's see. We got a Rampage. Again, I heard this movie.
Oh, that movie was. I heard about that movie.
Detective Pikachu. 433, and the number 1 grossing video game movie of all time. Warcraft.
Really?
With 439 million gross.
That's interesting.
It only had a budget of 160 million, so they made profit. It looked like garbage. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch Warcraft. I didn't watch like about 2/3 of the movies on this list. I didn't watch.
Man, I didn't see that many movies on that list. I know that it's not technically a video game movie, but I definitely consider The Last Starfighter a video game movie because it's about a video game.
Yeah. Uh, but if you notice, most of the movies on that list were animated.
Yeah, but all the ones that I think did the best were live action movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Chappie said apparently Warcraft killed in China. Yeah, that'll do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, fucking Rampage. I guess people love Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh, Christ's sake!
You don't like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Carl?
I just wish he would be in less movies. You know,
He's taking all the roles.
he just it feels like he just wants all the attention, and it's like give the movies to someone else with
But why
more
would you
depth.
do that? Why would you do if someone's giving you money? If someone pulled up,
Oh,
to
I understand. I understand accepting the money. I'm just as a movie goer.
yeah, but you didn't say I wish people would stop hiring The Rock, or I wish people would stop offering The Rock money. You're like The Rock's doing it because he wants attention. I'm like,
Okay, all right. I wish they would stop hiring The Rock.
yeah, that I understand. He's in a lot of movies. That said, Tomb Raider film rights are up for grabs. It'll be interesting to see who gets them, what kind of movie we got.
When
Whether or not we get a comic, will we get a movie accurate Tomb Raider, or if we get a not, if our hopes are deflated, if you will.
Oh, I hope The Rock doesn't portray Laura Croft in the next Tomb Raider movie.
The Rock is Laura.
Oh,
He's
that's
got
all.
the assets for it, Carl. I think his pecs are big enough to be boobies. Have you heard of this game called Multiversus, Carl?
No, I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of it? This is the
No.
big. They're trying to make a Smash Brothers type game, but it's going to have like Warner Brother characters.
I think only it's such a specialized format, though. I think Power Stone did really well with that kind of formula. So I don't know, might do well.
What's a good M word?
But if I'm not, it does have microtransactions, right?
Oh, that's what we're going to be talking about. All right. Boom. Carl, we're going to be talking about the Multiversus massive microtransaction melee. You got to love those M words that I'm throwing out there. Let me remind you to like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel because every subscription brings Carl that much closer to buying microtransactions and dominating Multiversus all over your ass. For those of you not in the know, Multiversus is a new Smash Bros. Clone type game featuring characters from various Warner Brothers properties. Says Multiversus microtransactions put Diablo Immortal to shame. This is from PC Games N. It's the best PC Smash Bros. Fighting game, but the Multiverse microtransactions and marketplace hits other free-to-play games like Diablo Immortal hard. This is from Chris J. Capel. Says the Multiversus beta opens to everyone on July 26th, and it already feels like one of the best fighting games on PC. But the reasonable marketplace puts more aggressive free-to-play games like Diablo Immortal in the shade. Whisper it. Maybe the Multiversus microtransactions aren't that bad.
Maybe they're not that bad.
Warner Brothers kindly granted PC games and access to both the early Multiversus beta release and the previous alpha. So I played a lot of the platform fighting game, and I'm impressed. It's certainly the best game like Smash Bros. On PC, and it's got plenty of its own tricks too. There are 4 main modes in Multiversus: 2v2 teams, 1v1, 4-player free-for-all, and the 2-player team versus AI bots. There are bot versions of all these if you don't want to face human players with varying levels of difficulty. How can you have a 2-player team versus AI bots and have a bots version of that?
You got me. You figure it out. If you figure it out, you let me know.
So it sounds like there's only 3 modes because it would be 2v2 team, 1v1, and 4-player free for all, right? And then you have bot versions of those because a 2-player team versus AI bots would just be a bot version of 2VT, right? Am I crazy?
Well, I know that Injustice 2 had that sort of setup.
But I'm saying he's making it sound like there's 4 modes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like you said.
So it sounds like 3 modes and then bot versions of everything. Because a 2-player, unless it's a 2-player team versus AI bots story mode or something, then I would understand. But this is whatever. You can check out our Multiversus tier list for details on the current roster. Wonder Woman may be the only mid-level character, but she's my personal favorite. Quick, powerful moves and a hand. Wow, this almost sounds like a fucking advertisement. Quick, powerful moves and a handy team-focused shield ability. If you played a Smash Bros. Style game, the gameplay will be familiar. Players have to do a certain amount of damage to the opponents before smacking them off the stage, but with a number of tweaks, too. I'm a big fan of Nintendo's Super Smash Bros. Series, and I have never got on with any imitators like Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawl. Either they copy Smash too closely, veer too far away from it, or just don't feel right. Multiverse is honestly the first platform fighter that doesn't make me run screaming back to my Switch. There are a few little differences. There aren't any items, and there's a dodge but no shield. But it feels and controls just right, and that's a very hard thing to perfect. Those differences simplify the gameplay a little, but don't negate the strategy. Come on, we're supposed to be talking about the damn microtransactions, PC Games End. What makes things even more impressive is that Multiversus is a free game. Now, thanks to the likes of Diablo, Immortal, and various mobile gacha games, free-to-play gaming gets a real bad rap. With most pushing microtransactions and advertisements in players' face from the main menu onward, to say nothing of pay-to-win mechanics, loot boxes, and locking cosmetics. Multiversus, I'm relieved to say, doesn't do this. The main menu screen has a small scrolling ad for new content. That's it. There's a premium currency called Gleamium. Right now, you actually have to look hard for things to pay for with it. There isn't even a store screen, although that'll arrive later. Only certain skins, emotes, and fun ring-out animations can be bought with Gleamium. All characters, perks, and stages are free to unlock, and there are skins and emotes available for free or as part of the Battle Pass. Do you believe this, Carl?
No. Like you said, it sounds like an advertisement.
I mean, we've seen games within the alphas and the betas and within the review copies not have the microtransactions be in there, and people are like, "Oh, it's microtransactions," and then boom, as soon as the game comes out, it's
they put them right back. They put them in.
Yeah. So the idea that they already have a in-game currency, Gleamium, he says the store is not even there yet, right? So he doesn't actually know. He's just talking out of his ass, I'm thinking here. Because, yes, all the current characters can be unlocked, right? But we don't know going forward. We don't know there's no roadmap here. There's nothing discussing the forward momentum of the game. So I'm pressing X to doubt. What's up, Potion Soda Run? I see you there. Even the Battle Pass is completely optional. You do not need to buy a single thing to play and enjoy Multiverse, and I really mean that. To play devil's advocate, though, it's not all good news. Some of the paid items are grossly overpriced. VFX ring-out animations for 1,200 Gleamium, around $12, seem a bit much. But $20 for the Batman anime series legendary skin is definitely too much. Yeah, $20 for a skin.
Ow. And you know when they're using the words, and I really mean this, that's something to be suspicious for.
Yeah, and of course, people want the skins. Skins are the things people want in these type of games, right?
Oh yeah.
It says 800 Gleamium for the Wonder Woman Bloodline skin in the top image seems more reasonable, which is why I actually bought it. No, it doesn't. So what is the so 1200 Gleamium is around $12. So we're talking what, like a 100 Gleamium for $1, like $1. So how about 100 Gleamium?
I guess so.
So $8 for a skin, and he's calling that reasonable.
You know why, don't you? I guarantee you he's playing these games.
Well, he said he played it. He said that he's been playing it.
No, I mean these games, like free to plays like this. And he's probably bought into it. If I had to guess.
Yeah, $8 for a skin. No.
There's no way I don't know if they had a Marvel counterpart, would you buy it? Everything?
Not I would, if they had sales and they had like deep discounts. Yeah, but no. I'm not paying $8 for a skin.
There you go. The Marvel Whales. There you go, folks. The Marvel Whale speaks.
$2, $2.50 for a skin. If it's a really nice one and I really enjoy the game and I want the fancy skin, maybe. No. All right, let's wrap this up. There's some adjustment required, certainly, and hopefully developer Play First Games is listening to feedback regarding pricing for proper.
I shall be right back.
Nevertheless, I was very happy to not be assaulted with ads or pushing microtransactions while playing. That generally makes me more likely to spend money. Again, this is still just in the beta, so we don't know. We don't know. We might end up having tons of microtransactions. I'll keep my eye on this. Definitely, we'll be reporting on this further. I might download the game, check it out myself later today. We'll see. Well, obviously not today, tomorrow, because by the time we finish this podcast and the after show, it's going to be tomorrow. Carl went to go get something. Who knows what? The kids are adopted. Whose kids are adopted? Whoa. Relic pays $0 for a skin. Tommy and Amico, oh, you guys don't like paying to win, so the Konami Simpsons arcade is crap. Indeed it is. That's a good point, Tommy. Arcade games, I guess, are pay to win. You pay a quarter, and you try to win. I can't go on to the next topic because Carl's not here. Carl's leaving me
back.
You're back, Carl?
Yeah.
That was the last topic that I had. I was hoping Gary was going to be here to give us a indie game spotlight, but Gary's not here. I guess we're going to go to the polls.
Sounds good to me.
Let me see. Let me make sure that I hit everything. Yeah, I hit everything. Oh, there was some Amico news. You want to talk about the Amico news?
Hell yeah.
Let me get this. There's an Amico update. Carl, you know that every Wednesday there's a show called Amico Forever? You know that?
Yeah.
Are you aware of this phenomenon? And on this show, they said some things. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to discuss it. First, let me get some things up. Where is this? So apparently, I'm trying to find the clip. I don't want to use DVD Fever's video here. Let's see.
I like to think of them as wounded animals with their teeth ripped out.
Whoa. That's terrible, Carl. Why would you think like that?
Because they don't have any bite anymore.
Did they ever have any bite? All right, so we're gonna roll back and listen to some Amico Forever, and then we're gonna talk.
Boy.
Let me see. All right, so let me pop up the banner. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. We're going to be talking about the Intellivision Amico once again because we got an Amico update. Carl, are you excited to talk Amico?
Hell yeah.
So this first part of the update is comes to us via Andre Lamont. Hopefully you guys can see this. If not, I will read it for you. This is Andre Lamont, instructor. Apparently, Mike Garcia had asked some question, or he took a class or something from Andre, an online class, and Andre had said this, and he screenshotted it. But Andre says, yes, I did a bonus lecture here on the ESP32. We will be using it for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi for the new course. I even use it as the core of the Intellivision Amico game controllers since it's so powerful and actually has 3 processing units, not 2, like most people think. Sadly, they ran the company into the ground before manufacturing it, but I had finished it in 2019, done deal. So according to Andre Lamont, the guy who did the Amico controllers, he's saying that they ran the company into the ground. Do you think that this is just more confirmation of everything we know, Carl?
Pretty much.
Are you surprised to hear this, to hear him describe the company this way?
No, not really. Well, actually, I am. Considering how all their employees, like John Alvarado, has been. Well, you've seen him. That does shock me.
Tommy Amico says reveal Andre's source. Andre's source is Andre. Andre is his own source. He is the guy who did the controller. So
I want to know. He intentionally made that controller so uncomfortable.
He did the inside, not the outside.
Oh, okay. All right. So the inner workings, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
What the hell is this? Anyway. So he basically says that they ran the company into the ground. I'm in agreement with him, right? I can't see any fault with what he said. Again, it's just more confirmation of things we've been saying, more confirmation of the things we've been led to believe in all the public and private information that we've ascertained over the years. Now, on Atari Age, Carl, there was a big hoo-ha on Atari Age.
Right.
And they were arguing over the FCC compliance. You would be shocked to know that the Amico is not FCC compliance. Is that a shock, Carl?
No, it's something I've heard for a bit.
Now, we really gotta. There's a website for the FCC where you put in your certification, right? You take your test. They put you on the website. Say, hey, they're FCC compliant. However, the Intellivision Amicos never made it to that website. They've claimed that they went to a independent laboratory, got the thing tested, and in the independent laboratory, it passed all the necessary tests that they would have need to pass for the FCC compliance. Right. However, they didn't actually submit it to the FCC. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they never got official FCC compliance. Now, I'm really hammering this home for a reason, Carl. Do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Well, some people were talking about it on Atari Age, and they, well, here's an image. These are Amico controllers. Did you see them, Carl?
I think so.
These are from the Family Amico trailer, February 7th, 2022. They have these really big stickers here on the back of the controllers, Carl. And if we zoom in, you can see that it has the FCC sticker on it. So they're claiming to be FCC compliant.
Ooh, that's not good.
And as you can see in the other image here, these are from the Amico unboxing. There's no stickers on the controllers. Now, it is not kosher, not legal. It is something that they can get fined for doing this, for claiming to be FCC compliant when they're not.
It's like 19th century quackery.
Yeah. And again, this was done for the Start Engine campaign. Trying to get money by claiming to, showing off FCC compliant stickers on your product. So again, just more snake oil salesmanship from the team at Amico. Just fake it till you make it, right?
Yep. I mean, they have a talented rapper over there in Amico Forever. Surely he must have millions of dollars. He could fund the project himself.
You would think, but he can't. Okay, so speaking of famous rappers, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Amico Forever. Hopefully I got it queued up at the right time. We might have to listen to a little bit of extra.
Oh, that's fine.
Let's see what the group of gentlemen have to say. Let me slow it down. You guys don't listen to things as fast as I do.
It's fine, dude.
The disc and the disc drive was.
I think he's talking about the Saturn
2X,
at the moment.
4X at most disc drive. I think it was maybe a 2X. Because I think 4X was kind of fast at the time. Keep in mind, those things tapped out at
like the question on the bottom of the screen
something like that.
Says, if Amico could make it out before September, they could take advantage of the summer games.
Super slow to load up, and
I remember load time. That was like the first introduction to load times, other than
that D-pad. I still hate that D-pad design.
Oh, that it was basically just the edges popped through the plastic as the D-pad.
We'll have it.
Yeah,
every day.
Before September, could they take advantage of the summer game drought? Thoughts. Well, the thing is, okay, so production units, which they've already announced, they're trying to get those out. What I'm going to guess and speculate maybe by August or so. And that all goes well.
He's guessing that they're going to be out by August, Carl.
Ooh, like August will be Monday.
Yes, August. What's up, Mario, man? August is Monday.
By the way, folks, I know I'm being obvious, okay? I'm doing it on purpose.
He said or so, but he said August, right? He wasn't like second week of August, mid-August. They've said nothing. The company has said nothing about production. They've shown nothing, but somehow DJC got it in his head that, by August, right? By Monday, they should start rolling them out.
Then we'd have to look in how long does it take to manufacture, say, I don't know, at least founders. So let's say like 3,000 Amicos. What is that, like a 3 month for manufacturing? Sound normal for something like that? I don't know. I don't think it can help.
Was that, Carl?
I said, does he even know anything about manufacturing?
No, he has no idea. Tommy has always claimed that they could make, 1,500 Amicos a day or something like that.
No, I mean, just in general, a background in manufacturing.
No, He has no background. That's what I'm saying. But Tommy has always said that they could make X amount of Amicos, right? But he doesn't actually know, like, without having the line set up, right? Because I did manufacturing. I've done line work for various products, right? Until you have the line set up and rolling out and going, there's no way to really predict how many you can make, right? You got to actually start doing the job. You have to start producing, and then you start figuring out how you can cut corners, how you can change things, how you can make the line more streamlined. This is a brand new product, right? This isn't something where you're making a shoe or a headphone, right? It's like just a different brand of headphones, so the process. This is a brand new product. You're gonna have a brand new process. You're gonna have to retrain people to do the different parts of the process so everything runs smoothly. So it's always going to be like the longest. The first couple of runs are going to be your longest runs because of just getting all the wrinkles out of the system, right? The process. So who knows how long it's going to take to manufacture? But he's thinking 3 months.
Right.
So he's thinking by November. We start manufacturing in August. We say August, September, October. By November, you should have Amicos. So before Christmas, he's basically saying, right?
Oh man, he's one of those. I feel like I've heard this argument coming from the next gen gaming community.
I don't know. Let's see what else.
Like no estimate on manufacturing.
Because I don't know
couldn't
either,
even
and that's what I'm
you.
trying to think. Is like, so you're talking. If you say everything went fantastic and end of August, they're like, let's do it, and it's September, October, November. I don't think you'd see it. I'd say if we saw it for Christmas, that would be amazing. But I mean, I don't know. It could be, push a button and everything's ready to go. I don't know. But before September, I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm sure we'll see some production units going out there, but I don't see the actual like units shipping to people before September. No, I don't.
Wow. Hold on. Stu May says the craziest bits about the Amico is that it was supposed to be anti-DRM and not require internet, and the game cartridges don't even have to contain the games. You still have to download them. Bollocks. A lot of the things about the Amico were supposed to be a certain way, and then
just the best thing. You know what the best thing about the Amico is?
What's that?
The color combination on the controllers.
Yeah, they never had any matching controllers to.
I'm talking about like the one with the red one there, for example, the red with the
red doesn't
white
exist.
and black.
There is no red.
I just mean in general. I mean their design.
These are.
But anyway, it's a total bust.
Yeah, I mean, also they're supposed to be NFTs and have a blockchain and all that other shit.
I still have no idea what that stuff is.
It's a headache. That's what it is. But he's saying he don't think anything's coming out before September.
I would say if I would hazard to guess manufacturing, 3 weeks minimum, right? And then you're looking at like 2-3 weeks on a boat just to get to the States. And then you still have to get them off the boat into the various different destinations. So get another 2 or 3 weeks there.
Yeah, I don't think
it's bare minimum.
I don't think if we're talking about founders, I don't think they're going to China for that. That would just be too much of a delay to get those over, and the shipping fees and stuff for such a small load is probably not worth it. They might just.
Okay, so this is how you know when people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? If you're going to manufacture a product, you have to set up a line, right? You have to set up the line. You have to get all the different parts, and you have to have all the custom parts for them to be able to manufacture the components and everything for your Amico, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So either you go to China and you have a full run, right? You're not going to do a 3,000 small mini run, right? China's going to laugh you out of there. or they're going to charge you this exorbitant amount of money for such a small run. That's not going to be worth it, right? They don't have that kind of money. They don't have that kind of money to even do a full run for the prices, let alone a tiny run for the extra price, right? So Rab's now going to suggest that they, they just manufacture them, by hand.
Oh yeah. That no. Mm-mm.
Yes, the Amico's coming back from buying a pack of cigarettes. It's going to come back one day. I mean, Amico, Tommy just went out to go get a gallon of milk. He's still their friend. He's coming. He's coming. And that whole the idea of 3 to 4 weeks. So here's another thing you got to understand, right? So let's say they contracted a line. They got people to make Amicos. They got that all set up. They got to pass FCC compliance before they can sell them. So you're going to have to do that before you start manufacturing. We know they haven't got it yet. Then they're going to have to send somebody out there to oversee the process, right? Or else China will just fucking rip you off if you ain't paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
Thirdly, you have to run a small test run, right? They still haven't done a test manufacturing run because you have to run about 100 units, right? And then you have to check those 100% for QA to make sure that everything is being manufactured, put together, up to snuff, right? Those first 100, you have to make sure that there's no fucking deviation, that it's perfect, right? Those first 100 got to be perfect, so you can let that thing rip. None of that. That's all pre-production work, and they've done none of it.
Manufacturing by hand isn't efficient. That's been proven.
Not only isn't it efficient, it's not cost effective. It's not efficient. It's going to be full of mistakes.
That's proven throughout the 20th century. It doesn't work that well.
Well, it doesn't work when you start when it's a complex item with multiple things to
exactly.
Right? That's when it starts falling apart. If you have a small thing like a table, right, you can hand make a table. It's not a big deal, or a chair.
Yeah, but when you're doing things that are electronic or mechanical, you need an assembly processes and the machinery that will do it. You name it.
All right, let's see what else these kooky guys have to say.
Let's pay the extra to manufacture here in the States, in Mexico.
Get them out there.
Some North American manufacturer they could work with to get at least.
So he didn't even talk about hand manufacturing. He's talking about working with a Mexican or an American manufacturing company. So what he's suggesting, Carl, is that they pay a company millions of dollars to set up a line with brand new custom machinery in order to manufacture a small 3,000 run of Amicos, and then eventually go to China for the mass production, which means now you have to pay another $1 million fee in order to set up the manufacturing line, right? Because again, this is not standard products. These are brand new products, right? You can't just grab like old Nintendo, NES machinery and say, hey, just fucking use this. This will make Amico, right? No, you got to make brand new fucking things, brand new molds, cast, all the fucking shit.
I mean, and the part of, even counting on America to do any sort of manufacturing, that's going to be more expensive than it is in China.
And millions and millions and millions. That's right, Evil. So, this is, again, how you can tell that these people have no idea what they're talking about. They've never worked in manufacturing. They don't understand how businesses are run. They don't understand how contracts are done. This is why the Amico team lost $1.3 million to ARC Manufacturing, because of stupid like this, right? Hey, we'll just pay some company to do it without thinking about what the fuck we actually are doing.
And I don't think they get all of those founders editions out. I think they get many of them out. So it might be something of a lottery, the way we saw with the Atari VCS when that
Again,
came out. We had like a
that's
first
true.
wave and a second wave, and people were getting them. And once people start to get them, that gets a lot of pressure off their back. So if they don't get them all out at once, okay, it's not the best scenario, but for them, I think it buys them a little bit of time. As far as manufacturing, 2,500, 2,600 founders, I don't think that takes 3-4 weeks. That's kind of like a max. I think they have one line running, and they could probably get out, 500-600 a week at least. So you're looking at like a 3-week period, maybe 4 weeks to get all of those produced.
Yeah.
Then if they're doing it in the States, they're doing it right and shipping directly there and start shipping those out immediately. But right now, we haven't heard anything about it.
So he thinks it's going to take 1 week to get 500 done, and it's going to take 3 weeks, and they'll have 1,500. I don't understand how. There's 2,600 founders, right? But he's like, it'll take about 3 weeks. So how's it? He doesn't. His math is bad. 5 weeks plus a little extra, like 5 weeks and a couple of days, would get you 2,600. Not 3 weeks. First off, right? That's just basic math. 500 times 5 is 2,500. Plus, you need an extra 100 for founders, right? Secondly, nothing is set up, right? Do they think that they just go, hey, we want Amicos, and people just start fucking making them?
Okay, so let's work out an imaginary scenario. Okay, so how long, in your opinion, as someone who has worked in manufacturing, do you think it would take them, assuming they had all the monies and everything?
Well, it's assuming they had all the money, so we're talking maybe 2.5 weeks just to get the FCC compliance that they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're talking another maybe 2 weeks, depending on how much machinery they need.
Right.
They're going to need machinery. So it's going to take about 2 weeks to get it bought, have it sent over, set up, and everything, right?
All right.
Then you're talking, now they got to get the parts, right? Because you still need the parts.
Of course.
If they haven't bought any of the parts, if they don't have the parts they need, so we're talking maybe 3 weeks. You're going to have to ship, because they're like, oh, it's closer here in the U.S., right, to put them together in the U.S. and then ship them out. This is true if the parts were here. But basically, you've took, instead of shipping them after they've manufactured, now you're shipping before. Now you got to wait 3 weeks to get the parts shipped over here so they can assemble them here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they had the money, if they had all the monies, and they were doing all of this simultaneously, right? So you're doing your FCC compliance at the same time while you're getting your, your machinery all set up, while you're also having your parts shipped over.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can start manufacturing a test run in a month. Maybe.
Don't forget about employee training, and don't forget about the training.
Yeah, that's why I said a month, because you're going to get everything set up. When the machinery gets set up, you'll start training your employees while you're waiting
Right. Okay.
stuff to come over. You'll do your test run maybe in a month. If that, again, if everything goes well, nothing's wrong, product is 100% spotless, and it's great.
Yeah, that feels more reasonable in my opinion.
So then we're talking month and a half from today. Maybe we could start manufacturing the actual Founders Editions. But again, you're wasted. There'd be a ton of waste of money for machinery, setting up line, paying these people to manufacture. Again, it's a small run, right? If you're doing only the 2,600, if that's all you're doing, you're going to get charged more money. Mass production costs less per unit because you're doing more. It's like going to a Jewel Osco versus going to the fucking Sam's Club, right? I don't know if you have those things over there. So basically going to a regular store to like a bulk store, right? The fucking one jar of mayonnaise might cost you $5. The fucking gallon of mayonnaise is going to cost you like $10, right? Because you're buying so much. So, yeah, they would need a lot of money. They would need to get the ball rolling at everything simultaneously. So that's going to, again, you can't for anything. And this is predicated on the idea that the parts they need are available and not on back order or not being waited on.
And there's no and we're not even taking into account holidays that the companies might have employee time off or something.
Yeah. And we're assuming that they can find somebody that has an available line that they're willing to give up in order to manufacture these.
Mm-hmm.
The stars would have to align just right, and in maybe a month and a half from today, they could start manufacturing.
It's impossible. They would never do it.
You never know. These guys might have bought a bunch of lottery tickets. The Mega Million is up there. I mean, let's see what else I got to say
about where they are with the finalization of their pre-production. As far as the question though about do I think it helps with the summer drought? Unfortunately for Amico, like if this was the first year or second year of the pandemic, yes, I think it would have made a difference because a lot of people were looking for a solution and nothing was out there. But right now, people have these systems. There are small games that are dropping. I don't think anyone is going out of their way to get something. Anyone who's looking at a games drought for the PS5 or the Xbox Series X or the Nintendo Switch and looking at like, oh, I don't have anything for this month. And you do have some games coming out over the fall to fill those units. I don't think they're satisfied with what the Amico would be offering. It's just not the same crowd. That's just my take.
Yeah, and like to your point, if they'd done it at the height of the pandemic and people could have gotten their hands on it, people are trapped inside. They're looking for something to do together that they won't kill each other with. It's kind of an ideal time, right, for people to be able to get their hands on one.
And it would have been a good personal story. I mean, personal interest story for news organizations to run about.
No one was running a personal interest story about the Amico coming out during the pandemic. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, I mean, the Everk does that already, and it's cheaper.
So we're only going to play a few more minutes because I think this is all the Amico talk. They do on Amico forever. It's only like 5 minutes worth of Amico talk.
This little machine that is out there that is for families and families are stuck together and they're able to play this. It would have been a nice kind of sort of cherry on top for them, but they're going to make it.
Yeah, as far as production units, Cabero was asking. Yeah, those are basically it's kind of like this is the final actual production, like actual manufactured units. See how they run. See how they, I guess, basically beat the crap out of them. Yeah, kind of like testing.
That's not what a production unit is. Oh my God, this guy's a fucking moron. A test run are the ones that you test. Production units are the ones you produce to go to retail. Those are your retail units.
That's pretty much why I always talk to other people who know what they're talking about. In this case, Tony, not like DJ.
Run, see how they, I guess, basically beat the crap out of them. Yeah, kind of like testing.
No, that's pre-production. Production units when they go into production. That's their official.
Okay. Thank God Rab is there to tell him he's a fucking idiot.
These are what the consoles are.
This is going to be actual production runs of the console.
Yeah, pre-production units are what you're talking about.
Thank you. So this is going to be, but it's going to be kind of showing that they're actually being manufactured pretty much.
DJC is using a lot of Carl language. You know I'm right. Look at the way he's out, kind of, sort of, or whatever. That's exactly this crap I say.
Yeah, but the best part about this is now they've gone from the hypothetical, right, to now, it's happening. It went from hypothetical to happening within a 5-minute time.
Wow, that's amazing, dude. Totally awesome.
Sorry, chat's jumping around. Yeah, someone was asking this. I don't know if it was last week or recently. Is Tommy still going to autograph all the founders? Like I said, I don't know. Like, I don't even know if that's like if people care about that anymore. They'd rather just have the console, but I think that would be cool if that still does happen, though.
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm sure they could. I don't see why they couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have the lenticular posters in there. They're going to have whatever else it all comes with. So I don't see why not.
Oh, that's the other thing. All right, the Founders Edition come with extras, so they got to manufacture those things too.
Ooh, yeah. I actually have a different idea for that. What I think would help in television. What they need to do is go into weapons research and manufacturing and sell them to third world countries, and they would recoup the money to manufacture their console.
Okay, that would be illegal, Carl. You can't just sell weapons to third world countries. He's not Dr. Evil.
Okay, point valid. I'm just, or we're getting into pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, you can't. No, just no.
It's just kind of funny. Is that still happening? It's still gonna go through and do like 2,600 of those things. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is he really gonna do that? Yeah, that's awesome. Like, Jesus Christ, these guys are so sad. So sad.
I mean, it's.
What is awesome about contemplating whether or not Tommy's still going to be allowed to sign the Founders Editions?
I mean, I recognize the passion, but
it's desperation. It's not passion. We're beyond.
I don't know.
I mean, some of that stuff that was proposed, 2
Yeah,
years
he did
ago
say
now.
he was going to fly to China.
Yeah, I
Yeah, but I
wouldn't
mean,
be
it might be
surprised if
easier
they
to
have
make
to
them
pull
here.
back on a couple of those things, though.
Yeah.
Rab says some of the things they proposed, they might have to pull back on. They didn't propose that the Founders Editions would have signatures on them, Rab. They promised. They told you. That's what they sold you on. These were not proposals. These were not, maybe we'll do this thing. Motherfucker.
I see lawsuits
That
in the
wouldn't surprise
future.
I do too.
Me either. And I don't know if we're in that big of a drought. I mean, okay, we're not got like major AAA games launching, but you just had Live a Live launch. You just had Stray launch. There's constantly new stuff popping up on Steam from like various different indie developers and stuff like that. Sure, you don't have like a big AAA hitter right this second.
That's straight.
But I mean,
Cat walking simulator.
there you go. But I mean, you just had the Hot Wheels expansion stuff launch for Forza too. That's all.
Sorry,
There you go.
go ahead.
Nope, that's totally fine. But there's a lot of stuff like that that's come out that's definitely kind of filling that niche, right? And then you got other stuff like the multiverse thing. That's the Warner Brothers answer to Smash. That's starting to kind of drop. People are having fun with that.
It's not the answer to
There's a good
Smash.
amount of stuff to play, and I feel like there always is. You just sometimes you have to step a little bit outside your comfort, zone to find something.
Yeah, and there's very few AAA that are really hotly anticipated. With Xbox moving some of those back, and with I know God of War is going to be later in the year, but there's plenty of other games falling in. So I think those will fill that void.
Yeah, Jan said we're signing him in lieu of Tommy if Tommy doesn't want to sign him. So yeah, you're going to get a big RAB on there, a big Nick on there, and a big Chuck on there. So
Nobody wants my signature. My signature is abysmal. Even I can't read it.
Yeah, and I'll just write like a dissertation on each one. You don't want that. Just send it to Tommy.
All right, I think this is the end of. I can't suffer through this anymore, Carl. Are you still with us, Carl? Or did you die?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to put together the right words.
Yeah. So there is your Amico update, and that's really it. Still no idea. They are still very hopeful at Amico Forever, and they've gone from hypothetically releasing maybe to now. When it happens, they're done with their pre-production and they're all set to go, despite all the hurdles that we've discussed.
Yeah, it gets worse. They now apparently think their signatures are going to make it onto the packaging or extras.
That was a chat suggestion, and they just kind of played with it. But not looking good. Not looking good. All right, Carl, we got one more thing to go over. We got some polls.
Okay.
Every week we have polls here on the channel. I try to do my best to make them interesting. Sometimes they are centered around the channel itself. Sorry, I was scratching. Centered around the channel themselves. Sometimes it's centered around the wider video game thing. Sometimes it's the wider nerd geek community. So let's go over this week's polls. Are you excited for this week's polls, Carl?
Oh, I'm pretty excited.
All right. So let's share the screen. And let's see what the polls this week have. All right. So this was a Who Won San Diego Comic-Con? 112 votes, Carl. The choices were DC, Marvel, Who Cares, It's Nerd Shit, or Netflix. And surprisingly, with 54% of the vote, Carl, Who Cares, It's Nerd Shit takes the fucking poll.
Interesting.
31% of you thought that Marvel did a better job at San Diego Comic-Con. 9% are dumb and they thought it was DC, and 6% thought it was Netflix for some reason. Interesting, but okay. All right. The second poll question was, has 2022 been a good year for gaming? Your choices are hell yes, no, just no, and it's mid. Would you be surprised to find out that it's mid won this poll, Carl, with 45%?
No.
What do you think? Do you think 2022 has been a good year for gaming?
I think it really just depends on the just depends on people in general, I guess. Me, I don't think it was that great of a year.
Yeah, there was a couple of titles that were pretty good, pretty big titles.
I mean, like Multiverse. You know, people excited about a free knockoff, and Ragnarok isn't even coming to the isn't even exclusive to the PS5. You know, the remake, the Last of Us remake. You know, it's just kind of depressing. You know.
Yeah,
and I know, huh?
I was gonna say we really didn't have huge games. I mean, we had some.
Yeah. And I know Blinded Braille is going to agree with me on this. The Redfall and Starfield information. You know, it's just been depressing.
Yeah, but we did have, Playdate. Some more Evercade stuff came out.
That's true.
But we'll see.
I know the Evercade is not popular, but you know,
the year is still got a couple months left. You know, we're in the back half.
Yeah,
we might have a miracle come out. But yeah,
who knows?
31% said no, and 23% said hell yes. That was 86 votes. And don't forget to vote in these polls, guys. And the final poll question was, does this channel need to create and upload daily shorts videos? 59 votes. Yes, more content is good, or no, shorts are for Zoomers. 76% of you who voted said no, shorts are for Zoomers. And of course, 24% voted correctly. Yes, more content is good.
I mean, you say yourself, you're so busy, and I could probably come up with something super short if I really wanted to, but
no, I think despite what the 76% of you said, though it is only 76% of 60 people thereabouts, right? So it's not everybody on the channel, only the people that voted. Said they don't want shorts. But sorry, guys, we're going to get shorts. Hopefully, they're going to be interesting, right? Maybe you'll see some things Maybe some of them will be pointing towards bigger content. Some of them might be hinting towards other things. So I'm gonna
we could even do like short questions, like ask, like I've been doing.
Yeah, maybe I'll get Carl to answer questions and upload them.
I could do that.
So we'll see, but we'll figure something out for the channel.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course on my community page here, it was my backlog update. 459 plus games still left. That's when the compilations are broken down. So I got like the Castlevania compilation, the Contra compilation, Mega Man, every fucking Mega Man game there is. The Sega compilation has like 53 titles on that. So it's not necessarily individual games, right? Because some of the games are compilation packs. But 459 plus games when they're broken down. Let's see. In 2021, I beat 23 games, finished them. Not necessarily 100% of them. It's very important to note. I didn't platinum all of them. I didn't try to platinum all of them, but I finished them. I beat the main story. Saw the ending. Or saw an ending. Games finished in 2022, 14. I finished 14 games so far. And then there was 3 games that were so bad that they just went in the pile of I'm not going to fucking play these. So there you go. Those were the fan polls for the week. Remember, every week, 2 to 3 questions will be asked, probably Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That way it gives you a bit of time to answer them. But make sure you're always checking on the community tab. I've always got something to say. I'm going to be putting more content on the community tab too. Maybe just asking some questions, maybe just having some thoughts. We'll see how it goes. See if you guys like that. That said, I think that's it, Carl. I think the show's a wrap. 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Why are you giving me milk? I don't want milk. I wear short shorts. I do. 56K1 says Steam Deck eating Switch's lunch with PC games. Yeah. What theory is sound? Drumslav Chechuskov? 14 games. Tony's real game credential is valid for 1 year. Yeah, 1 more year. I'm allowed to call myself a gamer, according to the CM Retro qualifications. Switch runs games so shit that I'm back to buying indie games on PC. Anything? You know what I did buy for Switch, Carl? That I think you'll appreciate.
What's that?
Omega Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
The titty game that Vito was telling us about.
I forgot about it, but Omega Labyrinth, huh?
Yeah. So, because I'm gonna put that in the "Is It So Bad" series.
Ooh.
So, because a lot of people complained about it. They complained about all the TNA, the fan service. So we're gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a look at it, and we're gonna see if it really is that bad.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, folks, my bowels are none of your business.
Whose bowels?
They're asking me about mustard and stuff like that. I'm not answering. Sorry, guys.
Tony, you don't like milk? I don't like regular milk. We'll talk about it more in the after show. I'm getting it set up. Just hold on 1 second. Because, after show gets wild. We're going to be talking all kind of crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Carl's going to break dance for us. It's going to be wild.
Oh, no, I don't dance.
No, not dance. Break dance, Carl. Break
dance. I'm super uncoordinated.
Good.
I'm as uncoordinated as I look.
All right.
In that case, I'm going to get something to drink.
Don't leave us, Carl.
Am I going to need to change? Huh?
I said, don't leave us, Carl. Where are you going?
I'm not. I'm still going to say, am I going to need to change StreamYard chats?
Yeah.
Or
That's what I'm telling you. Don't go nowhere.
okay, just post the StreamYard link on
Twitter?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I'm putting it on the Twitters now.
All right. I'm leaving here now.
All right. Let me get the other one for everybody here on YouTube. All right. All right, everybody. Here is the link to the after party where we're going to get crazy. We're going to get wild. And of course, as always, it will be unlisted later. So feel free to be yourselves. But until then, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.